All right, we're going to do a couple of examples of finding the absolute maxima and minima on a given interval, because remember, for absolute mins and maxes, an interval is required, or for this task anyway. So what we're going to be looking at is the endpoints. So f of 0 and f of 2. And then we're going to find where the tangent line is equal to 0, and then that's where min and max will be. So the first thing we can do is we can plug 0 into this function. 0 squared is 0, 0 subtract 0 is 0. So f of 0 is equal to 0. So there's that point right there. And if we plug 2 into here, 2 squared is 4, subtract 2 times 2 is 4. So when we plug 2 in there, we get 2, 0. All right. Now for the mins and maxes. So we find the derivative. So the derivative of x squared is 2x. Subtract the derivative of 2x is 2. And then we set the derivative equal to 0. And when we do, these two have a 2 in common, so I'm going to factor out a 2, leaving x subtract 1. So our min and max possible value is where x is equal to 1. So when I plug 1 into this function right here, so 1 squared is 1, subtract 2 times 1 is 2, well, that equals -1. So now we have 1, -1. Well, -1 is our lowest point, so that's got to be the absolute min. And 0 is those two agree, they're both the highest point, so those must be the absolute max. So that's about what that graph would look like. This point right here is our absolute min. So absolute min would be at 1, -1, and absolute max would be both at 0, 2 and at 2, 0. All right, let's keep going. So again, absolute min and max, so we are going to check our endpoints. We've plugged -1 into there, and we plug 1 into there, and these are the two heights that we get. So those are those 2 points. But now, to find our mins and maxes, we take the derivative of x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6, and we get the derivative is 3x squared minus 6x. These both have a 3 and an x in common, so when I set this derivative to 0, because remember, the derivative function, when you get the derivative function is 0, that means the slope of the tangent line is 0, and that's where we get the mins and maxes, when the slope of the tangent line is equal to 0. All right, so we're going to set that equal to 0, and we factor out that 3x. Well, this x will equal 0, and this x will equal 2. So when we do f of 0, we get 6. That makes sense. We get f of 2, we get 2. So this is what we have. We have, well, here's our highest point, and the y values that are 2 are 2 lowest points. So we have 1 absolute max at 0, 6, and 2 absolute mins at -1, 2, and at 2, 2. Remember, this is a cubic function. So a cubic function, let me see if I can figure out how to draw this very well. So it is going to, I'm not going to draw this very well on the fly. So if you put that into Desmos, you would be able to see all those pieces, and I should have done that. All right, that's it for